A white day. Vitur, 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 that seems to mean white in Icelandic. It's an Icelandic film that just happened to be broadcast on the day or before the day when our national football team lost qualifications against the team from Iceland. Not that it matters. And not for this somewhat unusual motion picture with a hero that is also pretty much an anti-hero, in that he finds himself in some very awkward and unhappy situations for his granddaughter. Indeed, I was thinking, how do they film this particular feature and others where children have to portray strong emotions, sadness, fury, fear. Yes, it's clear they select them for their talents, and they play around. They pretend like adult actors do. But isn't it more difficult? Indeed, there is a note on our blog on a documentary that deals with this. The manner in which parents enlist them and then they take part in tests, interviews, um, and how their life would be impacted. And we learn from some of the famous ones how they didn't really want to be in those roles that they have made them famous. One such child is the one, I don't have his name, in E.T., the boy that became the friend of the extraterrestrial being. So here, the main character loses his wife. I mean, she dies, but then he finds that she was involved in an affair. Cheating on him would be the word. And confronts the lover, asking peculiar, crazy questions. What did she say? How was it? I mean, did she... Well, I loved her. And what do you think about her? How she looked? Well, she's better looking than my wife, and so on and so on. But why do you ask this? And he becomes ever more infuriated. The two of them would clash, and I started with this issue with the children. The confrontation becomes very violent in front of the child. He has a granddaughter, extremely beautiful, with that surreal blonde hair. I was thinking this is something particular, that the Nordics have a color of hair that we never see here. I mean, yeah, we have blonde people, men and women, but that's something otherworldly. So blonde, I mean, this particular blonde. And the poor child has to see the two. Oh, well, the grandfather is older. The other one is not a spring chicken either. She has to see them fight, do battle in front of her. And eventually the lover comes with a knife and hits granddad. Starts bleeding. They're in the car, grandfather and little girl, who's 8, I think. And they have to drive the car away from this attacker. And that's not all. He's locking up policemen. He becomes crazy. It's also true. The analyst doing a sort of an interview from a distance, or a seance, or an analysis of his patient, let's say, is a bit strange. And the result is that our hero becomes very infuriated and starts smashing up the place. The two policemen ask him about this, ask for the key, and then another fight with pepper spray, and eventually he locks them into the 2 cells available there at this small police station. And it's at times difficult to watch, because this man is breaking down. It's true, he has a reason. He cannot cope with the loss, and that's one thing. Reading in psychology books, one thing we don't adapt to. There is a phenomenon called hedonic adaptation, which means that we pretty much adapt to everything. Money, for that reason, money are not a wonderful palliative solution for problems and for happiness recipe, because studies of those who won the lottery show that yes, they win $1 million, and for a few months they're very happy, but then they return to the base level of happiness, which means a big difference in income doesn't really make it, because we adapt. Clothes, new car, things, experiences are different matter. And what we don't adapt to, in terms of the upside, is that we also adapt to negative situations. But what we find at times impossible to cope with and adapt to would be the loss of someone dear, as in the case of our hero here, unemployment, and as in my case, the continuous barking there, very loud continuous noise. Those who move near an airport thinking, oh, I will get used with the noise, I find it disturbing now, but no, you don't. Not such an intrusive noise. Probably yes, it's all right, but loud noises, not really. So interesting. Vitur and something else, but not phenomenal.